back and better than ever.
Goodness.
Can you believe we keep getting better?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty impressive.
How do you improve on perfection, really?
Right, but yet we do.
We're works in progress. Right?
Episode 269. Nice.
I have 24 messages. Jeezy, crazy lemon squeezy.
That reminds me.
Oh, just Jersey Mike's confirming our order.
Oh, good. Get those subs over here, baby. That you just reminded me by saying Jeezy Crazy that in Brain Candy Crush they did a thread, which I will now open up.
Yeah, I love a thread.
Where they wanted to say, like, what is your favorite, like, thing that they say on the show that, like, sticks with you? Let me find it. There were some good ones. Somebody said Jeezy Crazy was one of them. And, like, a lot of them are...
I forget that I even say... I thought that was, like, a one-off thing. Guess I do say that a lot.
And, like, just the reactions, like, whenever you say, what?
Yeah, that is an accurate... It's just how I feel.
I'm like, So, yeah, Jeezy Crazy. Oh, they like Sarah's Got a Theory. Annie Hoodles. When I say Sarah Louise, stop being hilarious. This just in... Obviously.
Obvi.
Bonkers. And then when you go,
I love this. It's like,
when you say, tell me everything. Tell me everything. Hello, friends. Somebody likes Sarah's emo MySpace name, Tuesday Time Sacrifice.
Oh, you know what's so funny is I signed up to play a game online and like, it's the Samantha Bee. This is not a game. It's like this app that like is like politic questions. It's real fun. But they have you pick a screen name and they say double the points if it's your original AIM screen name. And I was like, gotta do it. Tuesday Sacrifice it is.
Oh my God.
So now that's the name
was your
I play with.
AIM.
Yeah, handle.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. Come on.
That's you.
I know. And somebody said when I read this, I heard Sarah's voice, and I thought, I think that's mine.
That is.
Yeah. By the way, I'm Susie, and you're Sarah.
Yes.
People don't always know that.
Really?
Somebody wrote on Instagram, like, I just realized I had the voices backwards. I'm like, you thought I had a husky, sexy voice?
Oh, and you thought I had a high-pitched voice of an angel?
Of an angel. Then somebody said they like when you go, oh my God. I don't remember you doing that.
I do that a lot.
Then somebody loved when you almost won at Home Depot.
Oh, that was a good moment, but hilarious, but not.
And when you say
I really thought I was like the 1,000th customer or something.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
You said one that I didn't realize in the moment until I listened to the episode, but I just have to give you props for this. When you were talking about the serial killers and you called them your penitentiary pals, I realized that it was short pen pals, and I was like, oh my God, she's genius. And I laughed about it to myself while I was taking a shower, like for like a good 10 minutes.
That happens to me a lot because I do other
totally
things while we talk. I don't always hear your little side remarks and stuff until I listen.
Oh, that is funny.
And then when we smack the table when we're laughing.
Yeah.
And when somebody said they thought it was funny when I said, you hate things that scurry to you. But it's true.
I hate them.
Can it be better? Mm-hmm. What in the actual fuck? Sorry, Linda.
Mm-hmm.
When Susie says, Sarah, when she's in disbelief.
Yes.
Bonky. First of all.
That's when you know we mean business.
We are serious.
Super serious.
Oh, and then I guess you say this. Okay. Is it okay? How do you say it? It's like a long O, like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's usually when you tell me something like drinking blood of the young person will keep you young. And I'm like, okay. Okay, that is definitely it. Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Yes. Oh, they had a lot of good ones, but I was like, this is really fun. Oh, and then, of course, Sarah's quote of all time, no one on their deathbed says, I wish I got less dick. Is that your line or mine? I can't remember. But, I mean, we both believe it.
We both stand by that. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a fun thread. I love stuff like that.
I do, too.
Okay.
I guess we do have more of a pattern of speech than we thought we did.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
And, we're in a groove, I would say, with the show.
Yeah, I love it.
After 268 episodes.
You want to know something funny? I did a presentation a little while ago in class, and I got feedback from my professor, and I talk too fast.
What?
So I got to slow down. I mean, it's one thing when you're on a podcast, but it's another thing when you're trying to deliver important information, and I get it.
What was the context of the criticism?
It's constructive and not really criticism, but more like, hey, in like a good way to get your information out in an understandable way. She basically was like, you don't need to fill dead air. Like, let people,
Right.
And she's right. And I was like, I will do that. She's like, it's going to feel like you're talking in slow motion.
Oh my gosh, it's true.
And it's true. And so when I do, I'm like, oh, but it's like normal speed for everybody.
Were you speaking in English?
I was, but I wish I could be talking fast in another language. Do you have a secret way that could help me do this?
We do. There is a great way that you can learn another language, and it's Pimsleur. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's Pimsleur. And this is a linguist and professor at UCLA that developed a really cool method to help people learn a language, which, there's all these different approaches. But the best way to do it is to actually converse, train your ears to understand native speakers. When I was learning Portuguese, I remember they'd say, listen to music that's, in Portuguese, because that's like a good way, because you'll hear it, how it's spoken. And you learn hands-free. So in your downtime, it's a great, powerful way to learn a new skill. And as I told you last time, I want to learn to speak more Spanish and talk to Lincoln's nanny, Teresa. Lincoln's able to speak fluently with her, and so I don't know what the devil they're talking about. Yeah. They could be talking shit on me. I don't know.
You better learn fast. 30 days.
They say that 75% of the people that use this program learn the language on the go. So, like, you can do it in your car.
That's great.
Yeah, or whatever. And you reach an intermediate level in just 30 days. So I'm going to be working on that. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Intermediate in 30 days.
Right?
Come on.
That's amazing.
Where was this in high school for me?
Right.
I got a really bad grade in Spanish.
Right.
Like a B, let's be real.
And that's why the FBI, Homeland Security, all these people and organizations use this method, Pimsleur.
Okay, get it right now.
Right.
We need it.
Don't take our word for it. Try the full course absolutely free for 7 days, risk-free. You don't have anything to lose by trying, but you have everything to gain. A new language, a new perspective, a better understanding of other cultures. Listeners of Brain Candy should go to pimspeaks.com/braincandy. That's PIM speaks.com/braincandy to get that 7-day trial. What a cool thing.
I'm getting it right now.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm
She's
really
on it.
excited. I keep saying I'm going to learn Spanish. I got to freaking do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of like the language part of your brain.
Yeah.
I read something really cool from Business Insider. It's this doctor. He's a neurosurgeon. His name's Mark McLaughlin, and he loved reading. Still loves reading, but he, as a neurosurgeon, he wanted to know, like, what is reading actually doing for me? Like, it makes me feel really good, but what parts of the brain are like at work here?
Yeah.
So he went in and tried to crack the code. So what they did is they gave the participants a book to read for 9 nights. What book was it? Pompeii. And they had them read the book for 9 nights, and then they looked at them under, I don't think it was an MRI or something like that, but they had them recall the book or look at the areas of the brain that were activated after they had read for 9 nights in a row. And they found that there was an increase in connection in the left temporal cortex, which is where language is not just developed, but like where the language part of our brain kind of like grows and helps us communicate. And if you are able to activate this part, you become a better communicator. So by reading, you became a better communicator. And it was really like muscle memory. And the coolest part of the study that they found that even after there was like a cumulative effect. And even after they had stopped reading, these areas of the brain were still activated. So they were saying like and then it kind of like, then goes away if you stop reading. But if you were to keep reading every night and keep people who love reading,
yes,
keep it up, because that's what makes it. No joke, we can sit here and talk for hours and hours on a podcast because we both read like crazy. And
right.
Reading makes your brain better at communicating.
It's like you can become a better human being.
Totally. And you don't even have to read that many. And they also said that reading fiction helps empathy.
Oh, yes. Everyone always tells me that because they want me to read more fiction.
That's funny. I just saw the light bulb go off over your head right there.
Right.
I just saw that.
Right.
That was great.
I'm hearing your message loud and clear.
That's funny.
That was always like their defense of it. Like it's not just sort of like an escape, that it actually improves your ability to be human. Mm-hmm. And now we know what they were trying to say.
Absolutely. That's funny.
That is really interesting.
Yeah. So even after you stop reading, there's still evidence of this area of the brain being more active. So I wonder if you were simultaneously like learning a language and reading,
right?
You would be able to probably learn the language better because those connections in your brain are just stronger and like activated. And it's like a muscle. It's like working.
Right.
Yeah.
I would love to know more about that because I wonder, like, do you think by communication...
I'll put it in our newsletter. And it's from the Dr. Mark McLaughlin is the writer of this article. So he's writing it like first person as here's why I did this, here's why I was interested in this, and here's what we learned, and here are a few other studies, that echo this.
And you feel like, is it saying that if you're a reader, you're better at conveying a message to another person?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we are good at that.
Yeah, we are. We are good at that.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that.
Different books have different effects too.
Yeah.
I finished that Small Fry, which was the Lisa Brennan Jobs book, Steve Jobs' daughter.
Yeah.
Man, that was interesting. I kept thinking about it because I had read the excerpt and we talked about it on the show, but then the book was fascinating. It probably more so because I happened to be, dealing with the whole stuff with my dad.
Yeah.
And this was about a relationship between a daughter and a dad. And, like she was the product of a relationship from before he was sort of Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
And then he eventually started a family and had 3 kids with that woman. And so even like in the Apple bio of Steve Jobs, it said he only had 3 kids. Yeah.
She was rejected.
And I thought
feelings of abandonment.
For sure. And like just like being an outcast and not being good enough. And she put it really well. She said she knew that she was the stain on his otherwise like beautiful life. And that he was the beauty in her otherwise unimportant life. And like her and her mom were very poor. Her mom was like a cleaning lady. And he like made them get a paternity test, which was stupid because like they were dating, whatever. But okay. And then it showed that he was the dad. And then he rushed to get the thing closed up. And so he was going to have to pay $200 a month in child support.
Oh, my God.
And then
$200. You couldn't even afford an iPhone with that.
The next day, he became worth $200 million.
No!
Like, he purposefully had that ruling go through.
God.
And then
What do you think that is in him?
I mean, clearly he's a genius. But from what she wrote about, clearly he also had...
Could he stand to read a few fiction books?
Oh, my God. I mean, Sarah, you should read it because I think that you would really relate to, like... Because she wanted to be near him. Like, he cast a bright light, but if you were in his shadow, it was cold. Yeah. And I think we all know people like that, where as long as there's sunshine shining on you, it's beautiful. But if they choose to remove that light from you,
it's dark.
It's dark.
Yeah.
And so he knew when to offer it and take it away
it's
to
very
like manipulate. Yes.
And that's
she
a
lived
word
with him
you
for a
never
while
really
too.
Want to have.
Right.
No, like that's a bad word to.
It reminded me also of like in the Gary Shandling documentary I referenced a few times. They talked about how Gary wanted to be a Buddhist and like he was chasing that. Well, so was Steve Jobs, but like I feel like people certain kinds of people, when they're chasing that, it's because they know they are nothing like the Buddhist message of like being in the moment and valuing the right things. And
they want that so bad.
They want it, man.
Yeah.
But then they are like vindictive or whatever it is.
I think they feel guilt about that kind of stuff.
He didn't seem to, from what she said. And I don't get that. And you hear about these men that like have families and then they're terrible dads or whatever. Yeah. And then they'll start a second family and they're great dads.
We've even talked about them in class. You know what they call them?
What the fuck is that?
Do-over dads.
What is that?
I don't know.
Why don't they feel an obligation to the first family?
I don't know.
It's really weird to me.
I really don't. I bet there's people who have done studies on this or written about it, or at least like, you know, there's stuff out there. I wonder.
I bet a lot of people listening have dads like that, where like the dad started a second family and...
Well, even in, you know, my own family, like Landon's dad got married
that's true.
Again. And then
it's a totally different situation.
Totally different in every single way.
Well, another thing that's totally different in every single way is Third Love bras.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever.
They came out with a bunch of new ones, like 100% cotton.
Yes,
ones.
their new
gorgeous.
cotton collection is so nice, so comfortable. They're already comfortable, all of them.
Yeah.
And supposedly the cotton ones are like even more so. Third Love is the bra that we rave about because they have so many sizes. They have the right shape and fit for you. And they, as we've said, are so comfortable, but they're super high quality, and they have a fit guarantee. The returns and exchanges are free, super easy, and they know that there's a perfect bra for everyone. And right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/brain now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/brain for 15% off today. I used to say I was banning the bra, but it's probably just because I was wearing ones that made me want to die.
And have you gone back to regular bras after that?
Never.
I wore one once, and I'm like, I can feel it all day long, and now it's all I'm thinking about, and I hate it.
I don't want to think about it when I'm wearing it. Yeah, that's my policy. Did you get... Oh, I can't... I was going to talk about this, but it's not going to be till after Halloween. But I did want to know if... You're dressing up your dogs. I know that this is going to air after.
I'm not.
You're
because
you're anti.
Well, Sigmund hates it, and Bo loves it.
Oh,
so maybe I might just dress up Bo.
How do you know she loves it?
Because she looks like she smiles for the pictures and everything. She's very proud. I have a picture of them from Christmas where like she's dressed up. I think is like something there, but she liked it. He does not.
I'm thinking about getting a dog.
This is the happiest day ever! Oh my god, let's get you a dog. Let's get Susie a rescue dog. This is amazing. Oh my god, you would be great with like a little golden doodle. I'm freaking out. Let's go puppy shopping, but not a puppy, like a rescue, like an old lady maybe.
For sure,
like older
no
dog.
puppies
You want
allowed.
A bow. We need a bow. Oh my god,
I think it would be good for my soul.
Suze, you don't even know yet how good it is.
Are you gonna cry?
Maybe. What about
the poop though? I don't love that part.
Yeah, but you know what? Your kid's almost at an age where this is a great thing for responsibility for him. He gets a chore. He goes around and cleans it up.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
I almost called him Landon. Adam is like in the yard and he's like cleaning up the poop. You know he's going to do that. Same with Landon. He does all that too.
All right.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
I like the sound of this.
I can see you with the little scruffy, like little fuzzy one.
I love those doodles.
Yeah, I know.
Like you said. Because they don't shed like a normal
and they're
dog.
Hypoallergenic.
But who's got like a rescue doodle?
You never know.
Yeah.
You know what happens? Like,
okay.
Bo was somebody who passed away.
Yeah.
And their family lived in an apartment and couldn't take her.
Okay.
And this happens, I see... things all the time up of like, we're so sad. We just got moved to another state and we can't take the dog or whatever it is.
But what if it's like, you know how they say don't cut your hair when you're going through a breakup? Like what if like my dad died and now I'm like, I need a dog.
I don't know. This is different. This is more like recognizing that, connection and having a lot of love in your heart is good.
Okay.
And
maybe that's
need more
it.
of that.
Yeah. I think maybe that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I love this.
Oh my God, I knew you would love it. But, yeah, like, I don't want to regret it. Because
you won't.
The dog will be sad when I'm like, bye.
And it's not the same. The only other dog you've had is that bulldog, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the same. It's like, and that dog was older, right? And
no, I wish. He was just terrible.
Okay, terrible.
Yeah. Remember, like, we got a military dog trainer and the guy quit? He was like, I've never...
Okay, you just had a bad dog.
Yeah, like I have a bad kid. It's the same thing.
You don't have a bad
Well, it's the same thing where they're, like, unruly and, like, I must attract these things on accident.
You will get a lovely dog. You need a bow, and you will know, and I will find you a bow.
Okay, yeah. You can tell me where to look.
This is so great.
Did you... Did you hear about the guy that is like a hero because he eats pizza every day for dinner for 37 years?
God bless him. Does he? Okay. Mm-hmm. Here's what we have to ask him.
Yeah.
Well, who has the best pizza?
Right? Why didn't the article have that?
They didn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
They did say that he only eats it plain. He doesn't want toppings. Which is weird. You'd think he'd like want different ones every day, but he's like plain pizza
plain cheese
every night for dinner. And
this better not be like, home box pizza.
Right?
What kind of pizza are we talking? I have a lot of questions. You scratch the roof of your tongue.
Sarah's talking about how I had to sneeze and I paused it, and then the sneeze never came, so that was stupid.
Yeah. I was telling her that if you scratch the roof of your mouth with your tongue,
then what?
It gets rid of the sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Like if you can't get it out.
But what's the banana thing you said?
Because banana kind of makes your tongue scratch the roof of your mouth.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you just kind of skip the saying that, just do it with your tongue, it works.
Well, anyway, this guy said he, from the age of 4, had pizza every day for dinner.
From the age of 4?
Yes.
That's kind of, the parents, what are we doing here? He's not calling up Domino's himself at 4 years old.
True. That's true.
So did he come from is this a long line of pizza eaters?
It must have been, right, it's a family tradition. Maybe, like, they just chose their battles. And if you eat really nice breakfast and lunch, it's fine, I guess. As long as you're getting your veg. But, like...
no protein, though.
I was reading a while ago about these people that it's a real thing. Like, you know how some people say that they only want, like, chicken nuggets or... bland stuff, and that's all they'll eat. Even adults, not just kids,
right?
And that it's a real thing that like everything else has too much flavor.
Yeah. I think that maybe these people are also introverts.
Why?
Because have you heard of the lemon study or the lemon test that they do?
What is it?
So if you take first, you test people on their level of extroversion and introversion.
Oh, yes.
Then you give them a long strip of, paper,
flavor.
A strip of paper, like this long strip, almost like a receipt paper kind of thing, but made out of it's like a construction paper kind of material. And you squeeze lemon on their tongue. The introverts will be able to lick longer, have more saliva that they produce from the lemon than extroverts.
What's that about?
Saying that they're hypersensitive. They're easily stimulated by less stimuli. So they have a higher response to, so music is more intense, flavors are more intense.
For introverts.
Extroverts need more to get to that place. So they need that more hyperstimulation. They need more. They want more flavor. They want more... there's at least in the lemon study, there's a correlation between.
Why do you think though that whether or not you can, the socializing thing, what would that have to do with what you're saying, like sensory?
Because if you, how do you describe it? So if I'm an extrovert. It takes me, I need more stimulation to get to that level of arousal.
If you're an introvert.
If you're an extrovert.
Oh, okay.
You need more stimulation. So you want more conversation. You want more, you want to be out. You want to be around people. It's not as draining. It, refills you. You like that. Mm-hmm. If you're an introvert... you are very sensitive to all that stimulation. So you can't even take a lot of it. And if you do take a lot, you need to go rest for a long time. You're more sensitive in every way.
Yeah.
So maybe more sensitive to like a concert and that being like really overwhelming and loud and, all this stuff and not wanting to do that or too much and,
What do you think it is that might make somebody be an extrovert for when they're in their youth and then become...
I have no idea.
That's what happened to me. I think I used to be extroverted as a child.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I am anymore.
I'm not either anymore.
Yeah,
what happened? I present as an extrovert.
Yeah, me too.
But really, I'm an introvert.
So what's the deal with that? Do you think that's a real thing?
I don't know. Or maybe we've just been extroverts for so long, we're like exhausted. Now we are like, I got to crawl into my cave and I got to like be like a turtle in its shell now.
True.
And I'm like, I am done.
Yeah, I'm depleted.
Oh God. And we lived on reality TV for like 10
Okay, that
years.
has to have something to do with it.
It has to. Where we're like, okay, I've done, and we put out a lot. We,
well, and it's
like
weird,
give a lot on here.
When you're, yeah, you're welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that, like, people are different with us, like, in public, too. Like, if they happen to know us from the show. And also, like, in your hometown or whatever, like in Pittsburgh, everybody knows my whole life story. And so, like, it's just different when you're out.
Weird.
Because you know that, like,
it doesn't happen to me. And living in California.
Right, that's been a nice little shield for you.
Yeah, that has been.
Another shield, which is really handy, is if you have really great pants on. And in fact, when I did my event in Pittsburgh, Splasama was there, and she runs the Facebook Brain Candy Crush group. And she was like, I wanted to see if you were wearing Beta brand pants. And I didn't happen to be wearing them that night, but I did have a pair with me in Pittsburgh because they are the best pants, whether you're wearing them to work or just out on the town or whatever. They're called dress pant yoga pants. And they feel so comfortable, but they look chic, like you're dressed up and they're perfect for work or going out. But you feel like you're wearing comfy, like jammy pants. And so that's why I started wearing them, because I want to look nice, but I don't want to feel like I'm in a straitjacket.
Yeah, and you looked nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you guys visit betabrand.com and use our code BRAINCANDY because you can get 20% off of a pair. Millions of women agree that these are the most comfortable pants you'll ever wear to work. That's betabrand.com, betabrand.com, and use code BRAINCANDY to get 20% off your dress pant yoga pants. So nice. Okay.
Get more of those.
I have so many pairs now. Yes, you do. Yeah. I was thinking about that because you're like in the clinic all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, she needs some more.
I do.
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Because
I'm like cycling through the same 6 outfits, and then it's like I have to remember which days because sometimes I'm like wear the same thing every Tuesday, and I'm like my client's going to think that I only have this outfit.
Well, that's why it ticks me off, these stupid Zuckerberg types that are like, I believe that having to make another decision is like, the science says the brain can't take too many decisions in one day. And so you you become really bad at making decisions if you've made too many. Huh. And that's why Barack Obama did this too, like where other people would choose what he wore because he said he wanted to eliminate decisions.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to eliminate some decisions.
Yeah, and so people become like uniform dressers because then it's like, this is what I wear. And I get it, but I feel like men have it
they do.
A way easier.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Jamie Lee Curtis on Oprah one time when she had hit a certain milestone age. I don't know if it was 50 or what. And she said she eliminated everything in her closet except black and white.
Yeah, I love that.
And she decided that was going to be her thing. She was only going to wear black and white clothing, maybe gray too. Mm-hmm. And I thought, that's a kind of cool idea.
I'm kind of into that, and I've been like kind of doing the same thing for a while. Like, I like it.
But it's weird because you know how like when people ask you about your tattoos and you say, I wanted to look as colorful on the outside as I do on the inside. Mm-hmm. So then like you think, well, should I get rid of colors?
That was kind of extroverted, Sarah, who would say that.
What would you say? Like when people ask you now, what do you say?
I mean, it's still true, but and that's why I got
them. Shut them up.
Yeah, maybe. But now they'd be more personal and more for me. Tattoos.
Would you still get the tattoos if you had to do it over?
Yeah, and I want more.
Oh, what are you gonna get?
I want to get my like in between my
my
chest. Like
what are you waiting for? Done. You've been talking about that.
I know. I should just go do it.
What's the holdup?
I gotta like find the I'm book solid. Like no joke.
No,
look at my roots. I haven't even had time I haven't had a pedicure since June. June, people.
I love that. That's like a long time for you. Are you like a regular pedicure getter?
I mean, I feel like you gotta like paint your toenails every once in a while.
I thought you meant like a professional one.
No, I mean like anything.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's already grown out. The nail polish is, like, grown out, and I've cut them again. Like, you know.
Or you have, like, ombre.
Yeah. For real. June, July, August, September. We're talking 5 months of, like, no foot care.
Okay.
That's crazy. I'm a Pisces, and I'm on WikiFeet.
I don't even know. What does the Pisces have to do with it?
Oh, I should tell you. That's, like, if you look at, like, it's so weird. But, like, they have, like, zones of the body that, like, you know, if you are this, then this is, like, your zone. I don't know, like, either it's, like, erogenous zone, or I don't know what it is, or, like, that's where your energy comes from. And for Pisces, it's their feet. And Pisces usually love foot massages. They usually take really good care of their feet. And, yeah.
What was the other thing you said? Pisces, and then you said a
second
thing that was like why this was unbelievable.
Oh, because I'm on WikiFeet. That, like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
You have a responsibility to your fans.
Yeah.
Who is the person?
I have no clue.
I really want to know, because it's like, is it like a collaborative?
I think it might be somebody who liked the challenge, but also has a foot fetish, and probably went through and did that to, like, every person, because I know a few people are on there. Paul is on there.
Jemmy has one.
She's on there. Who else? I don't know. I can't. But
probably everybody.
Definitely some. Yeah, I bet you're on there.
Oh, I am.
Oh,
yeah.
You? See, is somebody who was a challenge fan?
I don't think so. Hold on. Let me, like, wrap up my paper here. There, my lunch.
Susie was eating a sandwich.
It was so good.
We were both eating sandwiches.
But I don't think it's just challenge people. It's all celebrities.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, I think somebody who was a challenge fan was like, I like the way, there was in the Venn diagram of challenge fans and feet people, he was that overlapping section. And
he decided he was going to curate.
Yes. That's what I think.
Right, because or do you think it's like a robot?
No. Why do I say that like it's crazy?
I just mean, like, maybe,
like, how would you decide?
As soon as a foot picture is put up on MTV, then it takes it. I'm sorry.
It wasn't like, it was my cast photo that was up there first.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not your personal pics ever, right?
What do you mean?
They never take from your Instagram or something, right?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Susie's just chowing down.
That is crazy. Mm-hmm. Are you serious?
Yeah.
When do you post your feet on Instagram?
It was one of those beach photos, like my beach thing. Like, before that became a real big cliche. This was from like 2014, for real.
Where you just posted your feet at the beach,
like, or at a pool or something like that. Like, one of those.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that I was that kind.
No, that they would pull from your Instagram.
Well, now we got to check yours,
right?
I got to do it right now.
It's only cast pictures.
How
I think.
long have you done that, or how long has it been since you looked on there?
Several years.
Yeah, right? I just looked on there recently because somebody brought it up of, like, weird things people do, and I was, like, hanging out with some friends, and then they were like, oh my God, we got to see this, and then they checked it out, and then they were talking to me about the ratings and how 3 people have rated mine bad. But 80 have rated it excellent, and I was, like, more hung up on, who are these 3? Have they not seen my toes?
They must have very specific tastes.
Maybe they do. Maybe they like
Ogre.
wonky feet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wonky.
I don't know.
So
yeah, I need a pedicure.
I try not to judge people who have fetishes, because
dude, you have even more ratings.
Oh no!
Oh wow! 2 people said yours were ugly.
Okay.
54 say beautiful.
All right.
19 say nice. 18 say okay.
Yeah, I mean,
and it says your shoe size is a 7. It's a 7.5.
I cannot believe they.
Mine says an 8, and I'm a 7.5. So I'm like, how do they even know that?
That's really weird.
But you have a 4.5 out of 5, and it says next to it, beautiful feet.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Where are the pictures though?
I'm disturbed.
Oh, skip down to wall. Oh, dude, they're new ones. You have so many. Stop. Oh my God, Suze, look at through all of them. They're all brain candy stuff. They're everything. You're on there a million times more than me.
Wait a minute.
Somebody is still actively following your feet. They're all new.
Oh,
I have no recent photos on there. This is not even about me anymore. This is all about you. How are your toes?
Right, because mine are often like the pool.
Yes.
At the pool.
Look at that.
I don't even have some of these pictures. Like, where did they get this one of us at the table? I don't even...
That is left over from the MTV.
Yeah, but I didn't post it.
I think I posted it. Wow.
That is cray-cray.
They're pulling from...
I mean, they really are... I have to give them credit for being so thorough in their investigation.
Gosh. Is Adam stuck on those toes and really know what he's got going?
No.
Enjoys what he has?
No, he does not. I cannot believe this. I am so disturbed.
That's
you just
really funny.
Like, rocked my world with that information.
Wow. Cool.
Oh, Sarah, I think it must be a robot.
No. It's a person. Susie.
That is too much work for one person.
You don't know how much they love your feet. Think
Stop
about how much work you've put into Ken Olin.
That's a good point, Sarah.
Yep.
When I'm committed...
Right.
Well, one thing I'm committed to for sure is La Tote.
That's where my dress is from.
I knew it. I was going to ask you. It looks so great on you.
I love it.
I will take a picture before you go so I can post it because you guys, Sarah was just talking about this, how the problem is if you go to work or whatever, you need new clothes and who can afford to buy a new wardrobe all the time?
Not this gal.
So this takes the stress, La Tote takes the stress out of getting dressed because you get the right styles in your size delivered to you. And then when you're done with the clothes, you just send them back. So you wear them as much as you want, send them back. And you can pick what ones you get, or you can let them pick, either way. And this is a statistic for you. Women return 40 to 70% of the clothing they buy.
I'm in the 70% category.
I return a lot of stuff.
I'm over that.
And La Tote created their own universal sizing system to fit you across brands because they have so many different brands that they have on the website that you can choose from. And with La Tote, you can rent unlimited fashion. Just wear, return, and discover fashion that fits you better. It'll take the stress out of getting dressed. You guys know how much we love it. Mm-hmm. Half the stuff I put on Instagram you will recognize because it's from La Tote. Go to latote.com, that's LETOTE.com, to get started and enter promo code BRAINCANDY at checkout to get 20% off your first month. Again, that's latote.com and code BRAINCANDY. I've learned so much today about WikiFeet and...
I got some other cool stuff to share. I know we're not in October anymore, but this article came up and I've been saving it, since the beginning of October. But this blows my mind, Suze.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
It says that October babies have some of the oddest statistics and let me just dive right in. They're here's some reasons why October babies are special.
Okay.
There was a 2014 study of stamina and strength that said October-born children were stronger than those born in all months except September and November. So September, October, November babies are stronger than other babies when you look at their physical fitness.
Okay.
In elementary schools and things like that. More U.S. presidents have been born in October than any other. So they have presidential potential. They're less likely to be born on the last day of the month than any other month. It's weird. October 31st, they're thinking that sometime maybe women's intention of not wanting a baby born on Halloween makes it so that less babies are actually born on Halloween. That is a day of that less babies are born on.
Wait a minute. Oh, I thought you were saying the opposite.
No,
they have fewer births on the last day of the month than any other month.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. And they aren't nearly as likely to be born on Halloween as a February baby is to be born on Valentine's Day.
Right.
Which is, more babies in February are born on February 14th because the mom's yes,
it's Valentine's.
It's cute, right?
Yeah.
They're more likely to live to see their 100th birthday. According to a 2011 study out of the University of Chicago, people born in October have a significantly higher likelihood of survival to the age of 100 compared to individuals born in April. Or other spring months.
Did they say what their theory is?
This is the crazy part. There's more. Fewer cardiovascular disease risks, better mental health. October birthdays have the lowest risk of suicide of any month.
What the heck?
What is going on?
What
and then it's just
say?
That's it.
No, I hate when they do that.
Right. It was just these facts, and then it was links to all these studies. But there's no, like, what's your hypothesis for why that is? It's almost like, when are these babies conceived? And what is that? So some people, I think some of these articles that I clicked on were saying that possibly the vitamin D that the mother gets during the summer months could be contributing to the health of the baby. And if a child's born in winter months, they don't get that. So maybe vitamin D is something that's really critical in, right?
Yeah. No, it has to be something about what happens during the gestation period and what goes on in a woman's body during the first 12 weeks, the second, the different trimesters, and how it correlates to whatever's going on during that time of the year.
Yeah.
But the vitamin D is a good theory. Wonder what else, though? What else could it be?
Who knows? Maybe, how long has the study gone on? Maybe they're looking at, like, the food that's, like, I don't know, fruits and vegetables and things that are available in summer months versus winter.
Right.
Maybe have more, like, folic acid or something like that. Who knows?
That is so weird.
It is, though. It made me, like, I'm like, I got to share this because this is blowing my mind. And
if it were, though, the vitamin D, you would think that would...
Oh, people who lived in sunnier areas would have healthier babies. Right.
But maybe that's true, too, and we just don't know it.
Maybe.
But... That is freaky.
Well, you did this to me with the blood thing, and I still don't understand why.
Me neither.
So this is another one.
Yeah, but this is more like everybody has to be born. And,
right.
And, like, pregnancy is always going to be fascinating. And then I've read other things like these month babies are more likely to do that. You would not think there would be things like that.
And it says, like, September babies are more likely to succeed. Yeah.
Well, I wonder who the duds are.
They're people born in September usually get better grades in school, and
I want to read about more likely to, like, go to jail or, like,
what are those months?
Be terrible.
That's crazy.
Those are the ones. That's the article I want to read.
It makes me scratch my head. I don't know what's going on there. Thought I would share that.
Well, you're into astrology. What the heck is the sign? It's Scorpio.
Oh yeah, is it? Maybe also Libra, I think. Or no, yeah. Isn't that also?
I don't know the other one. I just know Scorpio.
All I know is that I was looking for a card for my friend whose birthday is in October, and they were all out of them at the,
What do you mean?
Like they were, I shouldn't say, like, I should explain better. It was a card that was specific for that astrological sign. So it was like a card thing, and I was like, ooh, I'll get her, like, because she's into that too, so I'll get her, like, a little astrology card that, I don't know, says whatever inside. And they were all out of that month. So a lot of people born in October, because enough to go through all the other months were
Are
available.
there more births, do you know?
I don't know.
I forget. I should know this.
Oh, I think it's, like, ones who are conceived on New Year.
August.
Isn't, like, New Year's? My baby's birthday was going to be October 2nd, so it would have been really freaking smart.
October 2nd?
Yep.
Huh.
Because we were conceived, like, right near Christmas, like January 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, I think August might have the most birthdays because that's mine, and I remember
I have a
hearing
lot
that.
of friends who have birthdays in that. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Birthdays are weird.
Yeah.
Everyone has one.
Like, there's weird stuff about, like, the likelihood of you having the same birthday of somebody in the room, and it's, like, the odds are not what you think they would be. You think it'd be, like, 1 in 365, but it's, like, actually not that. There's weird math on it. Somebody out there who's a Brain Candy listener has heard of this and knows what I'm talking about. So
I don't like weird math.
Tweet at me.
I don't like it when tweet at me. It's because she'll never see it.
Yeah. I might. Libra. It's a Libra.
Yeah, Libra and Scorpio?
Yeah.
Well, if it is your birthday if you just want to feel like it's your birthday, I recommend getting a TiVo situation on the go because I've been telling you guys, this is so cool. Whether I don't know, some people have, like, cut the cable and cut the cord, or they're just doing streaming. And then other people have cable, but it's, like, not ideal. TiVo is the perfect way to enjoy all the shows you love because they're the Emmy-winning pioneers in DVR and home entertainment. And here's some awesome things that they've got cooking lately. You can skip all the commercials, which I know you guys love to do, with voice command or just a tap of a button. You don't have to fast forward. You can watch shows 30% faster, but they pitch correct the sound, which is so cool. So if you're at like a boring part of the show, but you don't want to stop watching, you can just like speed it up a hot second, which is so cool. And of course, you can record all the shows that you love, and you can do it from the app on your phone, which is my favorite part, even if you're out and about. And TiVo has put together a deal just for you guys, 20% off any TiVo Bolt OTA or TiVo Bolt Vox. Just head to TiVo.com/BrainCandy20 and remember promo code BrainCandy20. That's TiVo.com/BrainCandy20 with promo code BrainCandy20 for 20% off. Check it out. Super cool. Are you sad that Carol Spinney, who plays Big Bird and Oscar, is retiring?
I didn't even know it was a woman.
It's not.
Oh.
It's a man named Carol.
Oh, I like that.
That would have been more interesting. Right.
Oh.
No, Carol is a man,
Yeah.
and he played both of them for 50 years.
Oh.
And
Grover?
No, Oscar and Big Bird.
Oh, Oscar. Oh, Oscar was my favorite.
Right.
My mom was like, what's going on with you? You only like the sad ones.
Right.
You like Oscar and you like Eeyore, so...
But somebody wrote to him, and he said that Oscar taught this woman or this girl that it was okay to say no.
Oh,
and
good.
I thought, what an interesting thing that I would never have thought of, that Oscar can be a voice for, speaking your mind, even if it's not all sunshine and lollipops.
That's good.
I definitely never thought of that.
I like that.
Because I really thought he was just used as a tool to show that not everybody's going to be nice all the time.
Yeah.
But I guess
I gotta watch that with adult eyes.
Have you not watched it in a while?
And I think that would be really interesting.
Well, I think you'd enjoy it because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
because the jokes are for adults too.
Yeah. I love Pee-wee's Playhouse. That was like my favorite.
Right.
And that was like that. And I've watched that as an adult. I'm like, damn, this show is funny. And there are so many sex jokes.
Right.
Like,
that was like the whole point.
So many. There was one episode I watched, and I watched this as a 7-year-old child, and I was watching it as an adult because my mom got me the box set for Christmas one year. Loved that gift.
Box set?
Yeah, and it's really cute. It's in this thing that looks like a playhouse, like Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then you open little doors, and then
do you still have it?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Really cool.
And in this one episode, he drops a mirror on the ground, and it's right next to Miss Yvonne's skirt, and he like adjusts it, and he goes, and
I'm like, oh
my God, he just looked up her skirt with a mirror.
He was an upskirter.
He totally was.
My God,
Isn't
I don't
that
approve,
crazy?
Paul Rubens.
Right.
We should have known he was going to jerk off in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Would you think that if that would happen today, that like...
Oh, would never fly. No chance in a million years.
Wait, the skirt thing or the jerk off in the theater?
Oh, well, both.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Never fly. Yeah, a lot of the jokes on Pee-wee's wouldn't be allowed now.
No way, no how.
What about the Big Adventure one? Everyone loves
Pee-wee's
that
Big
one.
Adventure?
I mean, what's so great about it?
Oh, it's good.
You think
just
it's
real
funny?
Cute. Yeah.
But why is it so popular?
It's kind of dark.
Oh, okay. Maybe I would like it.
Yeah, it is. For me, it does seem like that's not for kids. That's clearly an adult movie. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Pee-wee on Broadway, that was definitely for adults too.
Well, anyway, let's change the subject.
Yeah.
I was just going to talk about, well, it's kind of like I wanted to mention with regards to the Big Bird Carol Spinney thing, that he was saying how, like, he loved playing Big Bird and Oscar, but he did say that how lonely it was inside the bird costume because he was so separated from, like, the whole, like, the other people. Yeah. And I can imagine.
Oh, and it must be weird to have people making eye contact with the suit or whatever it is.
Right.
Instead of you. You kind of miss out on like the personalization, like that, that human connection part.
Yeah.
But you're the one creating that moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
never even thought about it like that.
I know. It's a really weird thing.
I wonder if there are some people who kind of like that. Maybe you are a little more...
Well, I think you have to be real quirky to go into puppetry to begin with.
Probably.
And so there's probably a lot of eccentric folks that do it. Remember when the whole Elmo thing went crazy?
Yeah.
That was weird, man.
It was. What? Remind me of that whole story. Like, didn't something happen with, like, him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that documentary that came out about Elmo, which was so great. And so, obviously, he was a big part of that because... his story was so interesting that he, as a young person, really knew he wanted to do puppetry, and then sort of, had blinders on. That's what he was going to do. It was like a calling. But then shortly after that documentary came out, it became controversial because he had, I don't know if you'd say, put the moves on a young man.
Oh God. Okay.
A younger man.
Yeah.
I guess it was an underage.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe just a teen. I don't know exactly. Yeah. But it was like, whoa.
It wasn't good.
It's like the Pee-wee's Playhouse thing, but worse.
Right.
Because there's actually a person. And it's sad.
Yeah.
But I do think you kind of have to be a little bit odd to go into that field. And sometimes that can mean some
Carol's
immature.
A tough name for a little. It's like
he's fine though.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you think that might have been
boy named Sue kind of thing going on there?
My God,
I don't know, Carol.
Right. I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I just love the show Broad City. There's her next door neighbor is named Stacy, and she has a crush on him, but she only refers to him as Mail Stacy. And he like forgot his mail or something, like groceries or something in the hall, and she was like, Mail Stacy, Mail Stacy, Mail Stacy.
Wait, so the Stacy is a boy's name in that show?
Yes.
Interesting.
And so he's like a next door neighbor named Stacy, but she only refers to him as Mail Stacy. And they'll be like, "Are you going out with Mail Stacy tonight?" She's like, "Oh, Mail Stacy's so hot."
That's funny.
Yeah. And then they end up dating, and he ends up wanting her to peg him, and she's like, "I'm out."
No, that was the deal breaker?
Yeah. No, she did it. She was like, put it on and like was ready to go or whatever. And then something hilarious happens. I can't remember what.
And she was done.
Yeah, it was real funny. Like, I think he had like a favorite toy that was like real fancy. And then she, like stays over for breakfast and she puts it in the dishwasher to clean, and it ends up like melting it.
No.
And then she buys him a replacement, but it was like the same color but not the same kind. And he's like, you can't just replace it with anything. That is a custom made.
Can you clean dildos in the wash?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
You're
I don't
right?
know.
You're right over there.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know. I don't have the handbook on how to care for.
No, I never would have thought
things.
That would have.
Me neither. I know you can put a sponge in the dishwasher to clean it, but I don't know about sex toys. Seems like maybe.
It just seems like it's hand wash only.
Yeah. Same.
Right.
And like maybe be careful of the soap you're using.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And that is the bigger point.
Yeah, it's the takeaway.
Okay. I'm glad we
just
covered that.
Mental health all around.
Yeah, just be careful about that.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there.
The last thing I wanted to say is I have a pet peeve, which I've told you about, which is when people use the word impact as a verb. But like the word has evolved enough.
Tell me you say it in a sentence how they would.
I think it should be such and such had an impact.
It is.
But it's evolved, so people always say like it's impacting me. It's impacted me in the following way, or that's impactful. And
impactful sounds like a weird one.
Yeah, but like that's what everyone does now, and so much so that the word has evolved, and now that's an allowed usage. Mm-hmm. But it's a pet peeve of mine, which is like how you're getting old. Mm-hmm. But apparently the word invite was the same way, where it used to just be a noun. Yeah. Like, I got an invite.
Oh, yeah. And then
and now it's, I invited. Yeah, I invited so-and-so to the thing. And so that evolved meaning has become just normal the way it is. And somebody at Merriam-Webster on their Twitter put in...
Merriam-Webster's Twitter person is hilarious. They're really smart.
They were talking about how the word creative has now moved from just being an adjective to a noun.
It is, a creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I'm a creative director or like work for the creative team.
But that's an adjective.
But we work for, I'm like the director of the creative team. Like
that's fine because that's still an adjective.
But they still call it like the way it's said is like she's a creative. Like it's like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Yeah. I don't mind it.
Yeah, because you're a millennial, so you're like fine with change. Like, because you're still young and like, whatever, things happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope,
There's some of them that, like, I'll never get down with the use of the word "nother."
Oh my, who does
that? A lot of people, a whole nother story.
Oh,
you hear it. I heard it 2 times yesterday.
That's a good point. I never thought about it.
That's a whole nother story. And I'd be like, go ahead and look up "nother"
But don't
in the
you
dictionary.
say that sometimes?
No. So that's an entirely different story. Because my mom drilled it into my head. Every time I said it, she'd be like, how do you spell that? Where's that in the dictionary?
Wow.
And I'd be like, N-U-T-H-E-R? And she'd be like, no.
Well, right.
A whole nother.
What should they say? A whole other. Just other, right?
A whole other story. That's an entirely different story. That's any other combination.
Yeah, but don't you think there's a difference between the way people talk
yes.
versus, like, if you're going to put it in print?
Correct.
And people use all the things I said in print in that way. No one's really writing "nother."
You're correct. Right.
So it doesn't really bother me too much.
The other one I don't like is when, if I was. It should be if I were.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes, depending on, whatever it is. But I feel like if I,
Yeah.
Like, there's even a song that was like, if I was a flower going wild and free. And I was like, it kind of should be like if I were a flower going wild and free.
Unless they are referring to a time period in the past in which they would have been
a flower, not presently, which they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
We don't know.
It is. It's, looking back.
Right.
Okay. I'll allow it.
All right. Anybody else have any complaints?
You know what I did want to ask you?
What?
So I was thinking of that game, like the Newlyweds game, and this is a while back when somebody was like, oh my God, you guys should play the Best Friends game from Jimmy Fallon or whatever.
Yeah.
And then one of the questions that I saw being asked was, what is their biggest pet peeve? Like, and I was like, oh my God, is it not having salt on the table or is it whistling? And I was like, what is, and then there were a few other ones I was thinking of.
Really
and I was
hard.
like, damn, I don't know what Susie's pet peeve is. I know the list, but I don't know the top, the one at the top. What would you say your biggest pet peeve is?
That is a really hard one because everything annoys me.
Yeah.
I mean, truly.
See, I'm like, yes, I know.
I'm going to have to think about that.
Yeah,
that needs to be like a to be continued.
Do you
What's yours?
think you know what mine is? What's my biggest pet peeve?
Okay, let me think about this.
I have to think about what mine is right now, too, what I would say, because I feel like I had an answer.
Oh, you've actually said this.
I think I have said something.
On the show where you hate it when people... What is it?
Yeah, what do I hate? I can't even remember.
I thought it was something akin to the whistling.
I think it is.
What could it be, though? I bet you our audience knows.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, yeah, Sarah's is the one thing, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, my oh, gosh. It depends. It's like seasonal, too.
Seasonal!
Because now it's like allergy season, and oh, my God, people who sneeze into any place but their elbow or a tissue. I've had it with you people.
Yeah.
I'm over you.
I love how it's seasonal.
Yeah. And then it's going to be something different in Christmas. Well, and I can't say whistling because I really have realized that I'm the whistler.
Yeah, you are.
I'm 100%. And I, can't stop.
Yeah.
So.
I have so many. I'll have to make a list and then do a
Tell
tournament of champions.
Yeah. Everybody, let's do oh my gosh, a whole, what do they call it? March Madness brackets for our biggest pet peeves. And we list them. Okay, this is the time, folks.
Yeah.
Submit your pet peeves to the Brain Candy Twitter. We will make a whole 16-team bracket pet peeve thing, and we will narrow it down. I'm
going to make Sarah do this.
I will
she's coming up with
I'm
this.
so excited about this. I will gather all. I need something to do over the Thanksgiving holiday.
There you go.
This is the plan.
All right, people, submit your pet peeves.
And we'll have answers.
See you next time. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.